Hi and welcome back to part 4 of In the Studio. Today I thought I would focus on where I actually create my work and give you a little tour of the space that I work in. So I'm based in Old Nose Factory in Nottingham, and it's a really beautiful historical building. It was a former lace factory and has lots of quirky charm, so I was instantly drawn to it when I was shown around. Having my own space where I can create and be messy and then close the door at the end of the day has been a real game changer to me. But before I show you around, I need to actually tidy up a little bit. And I've been here since January, so we're in November now. And it's actually uncharacteristically quite mild this time of year. But when I began in January, it was freezing. So I've got 2 heaters to keep me nice and warm. So I'll take you around each area. So ideally I wanted to kind of set things up into different zones, but that hasn't quite happened yet. But here is where I store my threads. I got this beautiful storage from a maker called Thread Pegs based in Cornwall, and that's a bit of a game changer for me because everything was in a massive tangle before. I've got a few odds and ends, needles, pins and bits in those drawers, and then a few tangled threads of disaster here. And then, excuse me, these Ivar cabinets, if I'm honest with you, there's not much in there at the moment, and I need to actually raise them up because the doors are kind of pushing on the floor. So yeah, that's a job for me to do. And then in the centre I've got my long table, which, if I'm honest again, I could do with 2 of these and pushing them together so that I can roll out fabric and cut it more easily. I had planned on using this just for cutting fabric, but you know, it becomes a surface to store things, as you see. This is often where I make bigger pieces of work. Sometimes I'll film tutorials here. If we go up to the light, sometimes I'll attach some kind of phone holder from the ceiling so you can get some nice above shots. But yeah, lots of work gets carried out on this table. So eventually I'll have 2. They're on trestles, so it's quite good. I can put my sewing machine on one. Sometimes I have the overlocker on the other. And you can raise and lower them. So if I do ever have workshops in here, then that'll be quite a nice place to gather around. Excuse me. Then let's go around here. So I've got a nice box of scrap fabric here from Merchant and Mills, which is great. My chair, so I normally have my seasonal scroll hanging down behind me there, but that's been in an exhibition. But usually I'll sit and do any kind of lighter, slow stitching type tasks. I can sit in that chair there. Eventually I'd like to get quite a big, a bigger comfy sofa to sit on. And then my desk area. So I'll do my editing, any video editing on that table. And then also I tend to sit here and film my online workshops as well. So I have this light to illuminate my hands. There we go. And then I normally have my kind of phone holder here so that you can see my hands as I'm making. Some of my tutorials get filmed there as well. And then my shelving, trusty IKEA Ivar shelving. So yeah, it's semi-organised. I really need to go through my boxes of fabric, which I hate doing, but if you know my work, you know I like to work with lots of different offcuts and scraps, and I'm forever finding different ways of storing them. So at the bottom here, like semi sort of organised into colours, or it was, of my kind of larger and medium size scrap fabrics. Whoops. In here I've got lots of plant dyed offcuts and bits and pieces. Got my packing materials although in truth I don't send as many products out these days as I've concentrated more on digital stuff. Plus, you know, the tariff charges, oh gosh, it's just a bit of a nightmare for a small business to try and navigate. So yeah, I've shifted mainly to digital stuff. And then again, like these boxes did have things by colour, but as I've gone into projects, I've sort of pulled them out, so they probably need rearranging too. More boxes of fabric on the top, smaller bits, small threads, embroidery threads, salad dressing, of course. Where else would you keep salad dressing? And then I've got any kind of pieces that are mounted onto paper or smaller works in these boxes. And that is a pile of unfinished, still in progress, some samples from my workshops. So little pieces that I make, that's the personal landscape workshop, some samples there. On the top is the graveyard of all the phone stands I've ever bought that have broken. I don't quite know what to do with them. And then my back wall, my kind of inspiration wall, where I'll just pin up finished and unfinished projects, and they might stay there for a while, but it's really helpful for me to have things kind of spread out visually to refer to, rather than having them sort of put away in boxes where I just forget about them. So that wall changes around quite a bit. And then yeah, storage on the back of the door for my coat, my keys, or or somewhere where I don't quite have room. And then I've got this is again a bit of a storage disaster, but nice sort of clothes dryer. So any kind of long bits of ribbon or salvage edges that I cut off, I'm just hanging those on there at the moment, because again I don't like to throw them away, and they'll be useful for another project. So there we go. So I would like to get some curtains up here, especially at night time. I feel a little bit exposed. Some of the taller buildings in the background can see right in, but I don't want to block the light in the day. So yeah, at some point I'll get something over those windows that I can pull back. Sofa down there somewhere, bigger table here. And then I'm just constantly looking for the right kind of lighting or phone stand to make filming much easier. There we are, that's how it stands at the moment. It's a nice space to work in. The projects I have on the table, you saw me making these in the studio video. I'm going to bind these for my next video. We've got a bit of a wave that I'm going to probably add that to my personal scroll. And then this is a piece that I really do need to work back on. I've kind of left it for a while. A commission piece sort of inspired by woodland trees and dappled light. And then yeah, an area of disaster that again I need to sort through, but I'm not going to do that today. Oh, and some hidden sashiko thread. So there you have it, a brief whistle-stop tour of my creative space. It's a space that's constantly evolving, so I will update you as it changes. But if there's anything you'd like to know about working in the studio or my practice, then drop me a comment and I'll do my best to answer.